especially on bodies of water that are barren of cover. You'd be amazed at how effective these units are. You can use your own imagination. Just visualize the different ways and different places that you can put them. You can start with a 2.5 footer in a 4 foot depth and put another one out in about 5 foot of water, run a line of them, then put the 4 footer out in 7 feet, another 4 footer in 8 feet. When you get out to 10 feet, put the 5 footer. Now what you're doing, you're creating a line, an edge. Everything gravitates to an edge. Deer gravitate to a tree line, rabbit gravitate to a hedge row, quail gravitate to a fence row, and fish gravitate to an edge. So by having a staggered row, you'd get fish migrating from this section of the lake, moving up, and once they hit that, they're going to play up and down depending on light penetration, oxygen level, pH, and a multitude of reasons. But you've got a row of them running from the shallow water all the way on out into deeper water. Other places you can put them, you can put a big mat of them out in a big cove, in a flat. Other places you can put them around your pier. If your pier is fixed, you can sink them or you can suspend them. If your pier is floating, you can do the same thing. You can suspend them. Other places to put them would be along barren shorelines, little clusters of them, along a little channel, along a little ditch, a depression. It's just, your imagination will run wild to the places you can put them. But believe me, when you put them out, the fish will find them. You sink them and they'll come to it. I can assure you of that.
You know, Travis, today we're fishing the porcupine fish attractors. One of the biggest benefits I see is you're going to lose a lot less jigs anyways, because it just kind of rolls around the pipe. You can work them through nice and easy.
The thing we really like about the porcupines is, one, it doesn't take near as long for fish to move in as setting, you know, the regular brush pile. The other thing it is that fish are, you know, they're just like us. We don't want to run through a briar patch and get all tore up. Well, fish don't want to run through a brush pile and get all tore up. And the way they're designed with the pipes, the way they're spread out, a big fish can come in, crash bait, feed, and get back out, you know, without any injury to the fish. And it seems to hold a bigger fish, I think, because of that. Well, the other good thing about the porcupines is you can fish them so fast.
Yeah.
You can, you know, when you're spotter rigging, you can fast troll through them, hit them hard and fast, and you know, and cover a lot more structure in a day's time, because you don't spend any time tying on, you know, and you don't have to worry about messing them up, being hung up, yanking them around and stuff.
Tell you, not getting hung up, that's the biggest plus. And like you say, it doesn't take quite as long for the fish to start gathering to them once you put them in.
This is neat.
Not bad. About like a brother of the one you just caught. Travis, another thing that these porcupines are similar to the brush piles. Once you put them in, they're easy to see on your depth finder, especially when you put them in. If you mark them with your GPS unit, get you back over them, and then you can pick them up pretty easy on your depth finders.
Right. Another good benefit about them is with the hollow pipe. The bait fish will actually make beds inside of them.
No kidding.
And the fish, they got video, underwater video of the fish sitting there, and when that minnow comes shooting out of that pipe, they'll just hammer it.
Waiting on it. We're on Neely Henry. I'm with Joe Thomas. Of course, you know Joe, he's done several shows with us. And what we did last fall, we showed how to put out these porcupine fish attractors, and then we let them set. And right now we're in a hot summer pattern, but we're fishing these porcupines back here on Neely Henry's, the one that we put out. Joe, what kind of depth are we in right now?
These are in about 14 to 16 foot of water. The drop goes from 8 feet to 30 feet, and just, I mean, it's almost straight off. And they've been out since November of '07, and this is June of '08.
Yep. And I know you've been fishing them and kicking some butt on them, actually.
In the hot summer, like you wouldn't believe, and I mean, it's incredible.
Now, Joe, we put these in last November. How long have you been fishing these now?
Since May.
No kidding.
I didn't go back till May, and I found the same thing on some others I put out on Lay Lake. I put them out a little earlier, and I caught bass off of them 5 weeks after we put them out on Lay Lake. 5 weeks.
There's one. Oh, Joe, look at there.
Where's the net? Right here.
The eagle's right there, and it's under some cords. That's a nice fish, too. Now, Joe, he actually hit it on the fall back. Oh yes.
Summertime crappie.
Not bad for the first one of the morning. About 90-degree weather. And I would take one of those all day long. Look at how chunky that fish is. Yes, sir. Folks, this is a pretty easy style. All we're doing, we've marked our porcupines. We've thrown a marker out there. And Joe, you've got them positioned right on a ledge.
Right, there's about 6 or 8 of them down this ledge, just one right after another in different depths.
Joe, about how many porcupines do you think you got in here total on Neely?
I got about 40 right now here, and then I've got 50 ready to go that I'll be putting in the next 2 weeks.
So you got plenty then.
Got 400 to put out.
400.
400.
Ooh, there you go, Mr. Thomas. You need a net?
Probably so.
That's a good thing. Oh yeah, another black. I didn't know if you had a largemouth there. Nice fish. I'll tell you, that's not bad for you. That's about half the size of the one I had. That's cool. That's good. Nice fish. Ooh. Joe, I'm getting ready to tie on a hook and you got another one going. Oh, white crappie. You catch many whites out here on the
Not
river?
as many as black, but I mean, you will catch them, but not black crappie are the predominant ones here.
Still pretty decent fish.
For June?
Yeah. The Porcupine Classic right there.
That's it.
Good fish.